Hello and welcome everyone to the Cube Competitor Files, where we will be interviewing different competitors from the Cube competition after their matches. Today we have Spy and Vondrake joining us today. Say hello, you two.
Hello.
Hi.
We are all very glad to have you in here. I'm very glad to have you in here. We're going to be talking today about your match because we had a big surprise that happened a little while ago. And I know you guys are open to talking about it. So for my first question, how are you feeling at the very start, just before you even got to the match? I mean, like, how were you feeling? What were your preparations and like, what were you feeling?
We were pretty prepared with our strategy. We did a lots of practicing with others, and that we know that our strategy was good, and that we were sure that we would get gotten far.
Alrighty, and was that were you nervous at all? Like, were you scared or worried that you'd
Um,
lose?
Honestly, at the start, not really, since we saw that it was like low levels, like
Hmm.
a level 30 and a level 50 against us. Uh,
So, your opponent, Sacrilege and Jedi Doge Kenyon, did they surprise you? Like, was it surprising to see how well they did? Like, just to,
oh yeah, they were they had a super good strategy.
yeah.
Like we survived for so long.
Yeah, your match went really long. It was, wait, Spy, you haven't said anything. He still hasn't said anything. Spy, are you okay?
I think his house is burning down from his pizza.
Spy may have just run off for pizza. Run off for his pizza. I don't. We'll have to see. He may have ended up disconnecting. We'll have to see about that. But while I've just got Vaughn, how just since I've only got you right now, like how do you think? How did you feel with working with Spy? Like just as a teammate?
Honestly, after getting to know Spy a bit, I think we were very comfortable with knowing how each other works in the situations of competitive and all that.
So
So we're
you,
very know how each other works. And
yeah, definitely. You knew each other well enough to you weren't worried about getting confused. That's good.
mhm.
So, yeah, Spy and Vondrake competed against, as I said earlier, Sakurej and Jedi Doge Kenyon, and they ended up losing their match. To everyone's surprise, nobody expected this. They were even lower level than Vondrake and Spy, I think. Is that correct?
Yes, Spy is level 60 and I'm level 70. Well, around those levels.
Yeah.
And the other team was level 50 and around level 50 and around level 30. So
So definitely a big surprise. So, how about after the match, when everything had completed? How were you feeling after that? I feel like we should wait for Spy
honestly,
though. Sorry, I feel like we should wait for
yeah,
Spy because it's been
yeah.
so long. We're gonna go to intermission and hope Spy hasn't burned down his house. So we'll be,
Make sure his house didn't burn down from his pizza.
brief intermission period starting now. And Spy is back with his awesome pizza adventure. He's got himself not a sandwich as this Roblox image presents, but actually a pizza. So,
It's falling apart. It didn't cook on the bottom properly. I don't know why.
well, I guess I've already asked Vondrake these questions, so I gotta ask you these questions again since you had gone AFK. How were you feeling before the start of the match?
Well, I was feeling a bit nervous as everything. It's the first tournament I've been in, especially related to a tower defense game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but I was like, there's a good chance we could win because, uh,
You had the confidence of winning because you felt like you had a better chance of winning. Is that right?
yeah,
Alrighty.
I just felt like, I don't know, maybe it was I don't know where I'm going with this.
It's starting to say something. No, just
But yeah, no,
uh
basically, I was just feeling a bit nervous about losing, and
I mean
that's about it.
yeah, I'd get nervous myself if I was actually in this competition. Like I would be worried I'd lose, not for the money portion, but just because I want to keep competing. I don't want to fall out. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be nervous
Mhm.
too. But yeah, so I mean, it sounds like you were a bit nervous. Vondrake sounds like he's just perfectly okay. Like, yeah, whatever.
I was a bit nervous too, but I was like, I think we have a good shot against them.
One thing I always said to myself was just, I'm doing it for fun.
Yeah, that's a
I lose, I
great thing
lose.
to say. It's a great thing to remind yourself, especially for competitors that are still in. Just be relaxed. I mean, this is all for fun. I mean, the Robux is just a side thing. I mean, in all honesty, 1,000 Robux isn't a lot. Like, I mean, it's something. It can get you something, but it's not a lot. At least in
Well,
my
Get you a
opinion.
couple hats, a couple game passes.
a
Yeah,
good like
so something.
95% of people won't even get the prizes.
I mean, what would it be? 4 out of 64. So that's like
That's
one
one out of
in
16.
yeah, 1 out of 16. Thank you. Good math. Good math skills.
Ow.
So again, nervous but confident moving into your first game. Well, that doesn't work. Nervous but confident does not work at all. You know what? Nervous but like I don't know. You know what? This is whatever. We're moving on. But you got ahead. You've competed. It went a long time, and it didn't actually work out. And yeah. So how are you feeling after? Because that's kind of crazy.
I was definitely feeling a bit frustrated.
I can see
Internet
that.
cutting out twice within what? Less than probably an hour, less than.
So yeah.
Probably an hour.
So yeah, you got disconnected. That's right. So you got disconnected from the match. When was it this time?
Wait, are we speaking like wave or
When was it in terms of the game? Like in the game, this game, what average was it, like late? Was it middle? Was it early?
end?
So like wow. So yeah, that's like worst timing almost, because then
Oh yeah.
it's bad
No.
to restart. Can't restart.
Worst timing for disconnecting, in my opinion, is the start, because then you leave your teammate.
That is true. Yeah, you think it that way as well.
Especially with how me and Vaughn were separated into parts of the game where he did early, I did late. If I disconnected early, he'd have no late defense, which I did first match.
Yeah.
Because we actually did 2 matches.
So
Yeah, there.
So like, and you, Vondrake, you never said how you were feeling.
It's like sort of like surprise of how like both of our defenses were super good and how we made it to the final round of comp, and that how they won even though that they were a lower level than us.
Yeah, so big surprise, but you weren't mad or disappointed. Were you disappointed? Mad? Just okay? Like,
I was just, like a little bit frustrated that me and Spy were like practicing a lot to try to win for this. But like overall, it's just for fun and all that. I didn't really care about winning it and getting the Robux prize.
yeah. Well, I'm glad that both of you didn't get really irritated about that, because I know that there'd be some people out there that would, and I'm glad that you guys didn't. And I would be frustrated too, especially if I got disconnected. That would get me irritated if I was disconnected from a game, especially like that. It's happened to me before. But
I can see that much.
So how did you prepare for your game though? Like, how did you get ready? Because you mentioned you'd been preparing a lot. How'd you been doing that?
Well, it first started with around the start of Vaughn telling me there was a tournament and signing the both of us up. We practiced with Drag Knight and QWERTY. Did 1 match and we lost. But we didn't really know what we're doing, so it was not surprising.
I mean, yeah. First game.
We took like a lot of our strategies from them.
Yeah, but it also led to another cube getting banned from sending, which is Warlocks.
Yeah.
They probably would have been banned either way, but they immediately realized that's busted.
Like, yeah, we shouldn't allow those.
Yeah, I think it wasn't just that, but I think it was a combination of things that called us to get rid of the Warlock cube. But it was definitely not going to slip by getting allowed through competitive. I mean, we've really tried to keep things balanced with our with it. I mean, it's totally impossible. Yes, it's impossible to make everything balanced, but we try our best by getting rid of most of the drain, because drain is incredibly overpowered, and then we also got rid of the Warlock because it's just so good at healing and draining, and that's the healing part. Like you send 4 of those things and cubes at fully HP. So
yeah, I swear they like do full heals on each cube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they can be annoying. So we've decided to remove that and a few other cubes. So we try to keep it balanced. But how'd your strategy progress? Like, did it just basically come from Drag Knight and QWERTY, and you just stuck with that, or did it change?
You go first.
So what we did is that we took a good chunk of the strategy, what they did, which was just pretty much full eco, and have one person like defend with a starting tower or something. And we like changed out. I think they used Shocker and Mountain Mini, but we changed it for a Blade Spinner because this was pre-update. This was pre-revamp. This was like pre-update, and Shock was nerfed heavily. So we were like, we're not going to use Shocker, and that since Blade was unbanned, so I was like, we should use Blade. Those are very good for shredding down cubes.
So yeah.
And then pretty much we were like, they pretty much got their defenses down pretty early, maxed them out, and then they purple boss rushed us. And so that's pretty much what we took from them. So we figured out we should full eco, we should get our defenses up, that we should like push the enemy team with like some sort of healthy boss.
So yeah, so the purple cube boss spam, did that really phase you at all, or was that dealt with pretty easily with your defenses?
Since we were on Arctic, a pretty short map, they got pretty far on it, but our defenses usually took out a full group of 10 pretty easily. They would get like 3/4 down on the track. Ooh. And plus they didn't like consistently send them. They were like in weird little clumps of purple cube bosses.
Interesting. So yeah, definitely an interesting strategy. Another one that I've seen. The strategies have just changed. I mean, well, they haven't changed, but there's just been so many. It's really cool to see. So what was your sending strategy?
So pretty much it was just the same thing. Like we wait until purple cube bosses were ready, and then we both sent 10 of them. But then later we were like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be able to get away with the purple boss spam. So you're like, okay, let's pull like a trump card of sorts. And so Spy was like close to 2.5 million, and once it hit 55, we were like, we should get an end cube. So you're like, we could win if we got this end cube off. But that didn't really fully work out. It did work out of me because Spy DC'd with around $2 million. And he could not get back in. That was around wave 57, I would think. And at the end of wave 60, I managed to get the $2.5 million, but the end cube does not just spawn quickly enough, so we died to health drain from all the cube spam on 60.
Yeah, end cube usually takes quite a few waves to spawn. You gotta send it early, or else it's not gonna go.
Yeah, so, you got at least kind of like 55.
So did you use wizards at all? Wizard cubes much? Because I've seen it been used. I've seen it used.
Not.
No. Wow, because I've seen it actually win games for competitors using wizards.
We kind of forgot about that.
Yikes! Because I think I watched a game earlier. They won because of wizard cubes. So it's wizard cubes are actually really powerful. I mean, not like they're not overpowered in the right situation. There are some situations that I will admit, if you spam it, you pretty much got the win. But you gotta know when to spam it, because if you don't spam it at the right time, then you'll miss your chance and it'll be gone. But if you get it at the right moment, you can really pull a win off pretty easily against your opponents. So that was very interesting for me to see the wizard cube stuff. And I guess I could kind of say this is a bit of a spoiler for a video. So shush, viewers, lucky you.
We overlooked the wizards because we had too much going on already. Thinking about a lot at once.
That would make sense.
We keep track of what we placed when, what cubes you can send when, and what can counter those cubes. It's just overall a lot. Maybe we went too much. Maybe we went overboard. Maybe we should have dumbed it down. But at the end of the day, can't go back and reverse it.
Yep.
That's interesting to see. So it definitely seems like you guys had a strategy. Definitely seemed like the opponents had a strategy. But what happened to your strategy? What fell through? I mean, besides you just disconnecting Spy, like, was it just the purple cube bosses weren't working? Like, what happened?
No, I think it was just me disconnecting that mainly made everything.
Yeah, our strategy was super good. There was a couple things I would change about it. Is that on Arctic you have very little land space for temples, and that Spy only got, since he had temples on him, he only got 3 temples down, 3 Raws,
Yeah.
and he was like, I can't find any space, so I'm just gonna get 2 Holy Blessings. If we got the 5 Raws, or at least like 4 Raws, we would have gotten a little bit farther with damage.
Yeah, but
well, I mean,
good.
We did everything like the waves before 60. Those are pretty easy to deal with if you have the right stuff. Temples,
Yeah.
as I've said before, don't help on the final wave because you have to deal with the sun bosses.
Yeah, some bosses. Was it super? Do I remember correctly? Is it super Sun Cube bosses or just Sun Cube bosses?
I think
It's Super Suns.
That's what I thought. So yeah, no, temples at that point just are worthless. You need actual all other damage to help you, and that's hard to find, especially
except temple.
Especially on Arctic. Did you have room to place all your tombs?
Yeah, there's more than enough space. We did have oils placed down, so we did lose a little bit of space, but we could have sold our oils to fit all 6 tombs down.
Yeah, I think most people would do that eventually to get their tombs down, especially on maps like Temple where you have very limited space.
Oh yeah, you can only fit like 4 tombs on Temple.
We could have fit more in. We could have fit more Raws, like speaking of how I could only fit 3 earlier. But I've said to Vaughn, because he got Poseidon's down pretty early to help with Sun Cubes, that I didn't have any space to place without sacrificing a max tomb or multiple.
Yeah.
So, well, think about that. Couldn't you have just sold the tomb and then replaced it and remaxed it?
We could have. Like, I mean, my eco was high enough that you could have just totally asked me, hey, I'm going to sacrifice Temple. It's going to eat your tomb. I would be completely fine with, having to replace a tomb.
Yeah, but, this is after the match where we are calm and are properly thinking during the match.
So yeah, the intensity can get to people. Yeah. I hadn't heard about people getting cut the intensity level and messing with people's minds. I hadn't actually seen that. I haven't actually heard of that yet. So that's interesting to see as well.
I don't think that really happened with us. It's just that I was thinking, like, one thing that was in my mind is like, there's no point in selling things. Like, 3 temples can do perfectly enough.
Yeah, it's definitely important. Definitely important that you, let me try that again. It's definitely interesting to see how you change how you're thinking whenever you're in the middle of something compared to preparing for something or after something's happened. I mean, from the beginning, you're like, okay, I'm prepared for this, this, and this, but then something unexpected happens, then you have to adjust to it, and before you know it, you're not thinking the way you were thinking earlier, all prepared, because there's a bunch of random things happening that you didn't expect. And then at the very end, after all that's happened, you'd be like, well, this is what I would have done then if I was thinking straight, but I was rushed then. So, like, it definitely kind of changes your way your mind works.
I think it's more of just I get to fully look back on what happened, whereas mid-game I was mostly upgrading things, so I didn't have much time to think.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was saying there. So definitely interesting to see that, because I wonder if you guys, I'm almost certain you guys aren't the only ones that would forget something. Like, I'm guaranteed there are people out there that have or will be forgetting to say max out something or to be willing to sell something because they're just rushed or stressed. That's bound to happen. The mistakes can't not happen. It's impossible to not have mistakes. So it's gonna be interesting to see how mistakes also play a part in this competition, because I haven't seen a lot of mistakes being made by players. So that's interesting to see how much of a player error will play into this tournament. I haven't seen much of it yet, so it's interesting to note that it may be there.
I mean, if at the end of the day, if you dumb everything down, it's just placing things and upgrading them.
Yeah, really, in all honesty, that's about it. And just knowing where to place it.
But then, comp adds in things like sending. That's about it.
Yeah, so you guys just sent the N cube and then purple cube bosses. That's about it?
So no way, we didn't send ghost cubes. That was first match.
Yeah, that was the first match, but then you DC'd and they were nice enough to let us retry again.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. You got disconnected and you restarted. They were nice to you. That's nice of them to do that. It was.
Their reasoning was, they would want to also restart if that.
Oh yeah,
which is perfectly fair.
Yes, definitely nice of them to do that. Glad that glad that they were kind enough to do that. Good to know for them. Glad to see people being kind out there, because I was hoping that we'd have that, and I haven't seen much of any issues. So I think we've got some good competitors that are willing to be good sportsmanships. We'll have good sportsmanship, so that's good to see. So even though now that you've gotten to the end, and as we were saying, now you can go back and think about what you've done. What would you have done different compared to what you did originally?
Honestly, remembering wizard cubes, we would probably send wizard cubes with the purple bosses, because we healed those purple bosses up. They got pretty far on their side. We would probably kill them if we sent wizards.
I've also been told wizard spam on a certain, like one of the 50 waves is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil that one for you, because I believe that wave was the wave that ended a match. So the match that may be coming in a video. So not gonna spoil that one, but I know which wave that is. But yeah, wizards can, if you use them properly, could definitely be a help. Anything else you have to add to change?
I mean, I'm kind of stubborn, so I think I didn't do too much wrong, but
honestly, I would say probably fit like another raw on there. But like 3 raws was completely still fine.
Couldn't have made much of a difference anyways. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, good things to know. Good to review what you've done wrong so you can improve on that. That's definitely good to be doing. Do it all the time. So I did have one question I just thought of that kind of goes a little bit back. Like, what were you thinking whenever you first heard of the competition? Not whenever you got matched up or anything like that. What were you thinking when you first signed up, you two teammates, and you were preparing? What was your thoughts then? I know we're kind of jumping back here, but I kind of was curious.
We were just doing it for fun. We didn't really care if we won or lost. We were like hoping to get farther in the tournament than what we ended up at, but it was just all in the part of fun.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping to get, at least past match 1, maybe semifinals, but
yeah.
So honestly, I mostly didn't think much. I'd just be like casually playing with Vaughn or something. Maybe have a rhythm bot in the server we're listening to and talking, and I'd occasionally bring it up. Probably, I don't know. I don't remember that far back. I'm dumb. But yeah, we just mostly casually talk about it.
That's interesting. So yeah, I know, because I was very happy to see, personally, the effect it had on the community to announce it and say, hey, this is happening. It was like really cool to see how the community just reacted. And it was like all the excitement, and there was a lot of people asking for teammates. That was funny. There was so many people asking for teammates. I'm like thinking, I've created the teammate, please DM me. Random message sent at random times for random people. I was laughing at that.
Yeah, and then there were still people that didn't find teammates.
Yeah. And even so, we even got more submissions. We ended up getting over 64 teams. I think we had like nearly 70 teams. I don't remember exactly how many. It was a lot, to where we had to. I think we had to eliminate over 10 teams from our list because there were just so many. It was, I didn't expect to reach 64. I was very happy with that, that we even got to 64. That was really good. And we just had to eliminate most teams. Some teams just did not qualify or had bad timing. They weren't going to be able to compete at certain times. But then other teams we just had to eliminate based on level, or if it was or if they like didn't have all the towers or stuff like that. I think we actually did offer the towers first. I don't think level really played into much actually, which seems for your match level didn't play in much at all either.
Oh yeah.
As I always said, and I even said to them when they were like, "Oh, you guys are probably gonna beat us," I just kept saying, "The level doesn't really matter. It's just the strategy."
Yeah.
Like, level obviously for towers like MK2 and all, but if you have those, it's fair game at that point.
Yeah. As long as you've got all the towers, I mean, level doesn't matter. It's just your strategy, mostly. I mean, I guess level kind of reflects to a degree your amount of skill, but it doesn't reflect what your strategy is going to be. It doesn't reflect your overall skill. It's just kind of a general guideline of what it could be. It isn't defining. It doesn't define it, which is also very cool to see. So I've been watching videos, and just the more that I see it, the more I can tell that level just doesn't matter in this competition. Level can you could be level 100, or you could be level 20. Well, I guess not really levels. You could be level 30 against a level 100 team, and you still win. I mean, it's I've seen it repeatedly, and it's really surprising me, but it's also really cool too. And so I know a lot of people were worried. A lot of people were worried that playing against high-level players, they'd be completely outdone, but you guys are proof of it.
Oh yeah.
Well, like, definitely a thing that gave that was like 2 people challenged us just to a regular comp game. Me and Vaughn were running off tournament rules. They were running off whatever they wanted.
Really?
But we agreed, no sending in the match. But they were like level 101 and 70 something, if I remember correctly. And they brought things like dice and all that, and we still won.
Yeah.
And it was on Arctic, and I think that match gave us the.
Yeah, like we could do Arctic.
So I guess we can say with truth that the loading screen quote, you can own all the towers in the game and still lose a competitive match to a noob. I guess that still rings true even to this day.
Oh, I've definitely done that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that. I've been on both sides of that. I've been on the noob winning side and the high-level losing side.
Yeah, so that's really funny because I mean I think I've even lost to a complete noob before. I think before revamp, I've whenever I played one competitive match. So,
but yeah, like referencing the times I was more of a low level. Me and my friend didn't have Tomb. I think we just unlocked Temple or something. We went into comp matches and just won most of the time.
Wow.
But that's because most of the time low levels like coming in and experience the game. No problem with them. But yeah, no, I remember we beat people that probably had every tower in the game.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just like that. I guess I just like to think that level doesn't define what your skill level is. I just like that because I feel like it gives the underdogs a big chance. I like to see that. I like to say that the playing field is level. It doesn't.
I think something in like a tower defense game like this, level is more of how long you've been playing and how active you are.
Yeah.
Because, something like comp, you could be a low level, no skill, get carried to 50.
Yep. Exactly.
But, like someone that knows tower defense games could come in fresh, level 1.
I mean, in all technicality, you could just be playing matches with your friends and not do almost anything the whole time, and you could get to whatever level as long as you played with them enough. I mean, it's kind of funny to say, but it's true.
Spidey's all ex-Canamo. He's like on like 2 leaderboards at once, and all he does is usually sit there and give cash.
Wow.
Because, it's the bank all basically.
So yeah.
Level.
Well, that is again, yeah. I'm just glad to see that level doesn't play a part as much, but at the same time, it's interesting because the less level matters, the more strategy matters. Because your strategy really defines how your game's going to go a lot of the time. Because I've just seen many different strategies, one ever with the competition from different people competing, and then they do something and either it messes them up completely or it works for them completely. I mean, I've seen it, and it's really crazy to see. I mean, I've seen upsets where a team will go and do something that the other team wasn't prepared for, and they'd win. It's just kind of wow. Like the strategy matters so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very glad to see that as well because I wasn't totally sure what to expect from that, whether or not strategy was going to play a big part or if it wasn't. And it did, and I was very happy to say that it does. I'm very happy to say that it does. So we've gone over pretty much everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I just have one more. Oh, you have something to say?
Didn't I miss anything? Because for a little bit I was out.
No, you're good. You're good. I was talking for a second. No, I was just talking for a second. You should be fine.
I guess, yeah, because there's Pizza Break 1, then there was the other one where I was just kind of quickly run out of something.
Well, we should be. Oh, wait, you went and got pizza. Wait, no, I'm confused.
No,
when did you?
There was Pizza Break 1, right, where I had to take the pizza out of the oven and like set it down, and I had some beside me. Then not long after that, I got like, I don't know, yelled at to put it like in the fridge or something because we weren't going to do any more of it.
So you win again, and we didn't even realize you were gone.
Yeah, no. One thing I always say is if I'm muted on Discord, there's a good chance I'm away from my computer.
Same thing for me, but I don't have Discord open. I've got my questions on my second window, so I can't tell whether or not you're muted or not. But one final question for both of you guys. I think we'll be done here. Is any advice that you would have to the remaining competitors in this tournament?
Honestly, practice and don't forget wizard cubes like us. Like wizard cubes are honestly so overpowered.
If you competed and you won, your strategy is probably good. If your opponents were no-shows, get to practicing.
Oh yeah.
Even if you practice and your opponents were no-shows, continue practicing. Continuing practicing will make your strategy like, we should change this in our strategy, or we should change that in our strategy. Figure out what map should we play.
First thing that can happen is you wasted a bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems that strategy again is everything. So if you need to practice it, be ready because you never know when it's going to get you a win or get you $10 worth of Robux. I mean, get you a lose or I mean it's pretty funny, and to put a little effort into it can definitely help you out. I've seen that. So I've seen people with no strategies go in and fall apart. I mean, strategy is important. So
you just have to go on some thinking.
I'm worried about wizard. If wizard cubes become a real big issue, we may end up banning them now. So far, I haven't seen it be a massive issue, but if it comes to the point where we're getting over 50% of wins off of wizard cubes, we may reconsider.
We may have to tone them down.
Yeah, we may have to decide to take them out or at least limit how many you can send because it seems like that if they become overpowered. But I haven't seen it yet, so we'll have to see. We'll just have to watch and see.
I mean, I bet with certain cube sending patterns, you could definitely wreak some havoc with.
Oh yeah, if you know what cubes to send and how to back them up, just tanky cubes and wizards, you can easily shred somebody with weak defenses.
Yeah,
you gotta make sure the tanky cubes are faster than the wizards, otherwise Splash is gonna.
Yeah, or send your tanky cubes, then send the wizards, so all the fires off the wizards.
Yeah.
Even though with 1,000 damage, 1,000 health, people can. I mean, you can kind of counteract the wizards by just having something at the start.
Blade spinner.
Like blade spinners. Blade spinners. If you have 8 decapitators at the start, they can shred cubes up to that are 3,000.
However, there is a weakness of those getting disabled, so you gotta be wary of that as well. So, see, there's counteractions to everything.
You can't do TNT bosses, which are pretty tanky. Regular TNT cubes can get killed pretty easily.
They're very low health, so the blades will shred them easily. But you would have to wait naturally for a nuke or a TNT boss to spawn in.
And then you'd have to really kind of almost anticipate it because it takes so long for. I mean, wizard cubes. I don't know how long it takes them, but I know it's at least like 15 seconds. So I know TNT cube bosses usually explode within 15 to 15 to 30 seconds. They're gone. So if you don't like prepare. I don't know. My numbers aren't completely right on that. I'm already accepting that. I've just thought of that through, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. But still, you have to anticipate stuff. So it's good also to know the waves. Knowing waves could really get you wins if you know what's coming when.
Yep.
Like one thing you can do is like maybe get a team on the other side of the bracket or a team that's already disqualified, and just practice with them, figure out everything.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
One of your best friends in comp is knowing what cubes come when, because when knowing them, you can easily prepare money for a rush of like cubes or something like that.
That's what we did first round, but that didn't go well because they had a splash tower to kill all the ghosts.
Yeah, they had stealth for the ghost cubes.
Almost got away with it. Yeah, I feel I could be wrong on this, but I feel like knowing the waves could be like the secret most deadly weapon to playing the competitive.
That's literally your best use of in comp. You gotta know the waves and know what can benefit you in order to be the person on those waves.
And listen, if you go above and beyond, go Super Saiyan Big Brain, you could figure out how much cash you have each wave. Because there's someone I know that does that for their strategies in the regular game, but
really,
that's because they do crazy challenges. And I think we all easily know who that is without naming anyone.
Spidey?
Me being alone, I thought it would be Spidey.
Yeah, like I swear that man knows like a lot.
That man is very knows a lot of stuff.
Him in anything.
Yeah,
I think he knows like how much cash you have by certain waves in chaos, but that's because he does a lot of challenges.
Yeah,
he knows because he does it a lot. Does. So yeah, players. I mean, I guess there is definitely. I guess we can definitely say without a doubt that playing it a lot, or at least playing competitive a lot, is an advantage, without a doubt. Because it's
knowing what comes when on comp can benefit you so much.
Yeah,
going against fair leveled people.
So that's one point where experience really helped. Sorry, go ahead.
But he left.
But I remembered.
Vaughn popped out of VC. Can you put him back in?
Wait, no, I didn't put him back in. What happened? Did we lose Vaughn? Vaughn, we lost you. What happened?
Did you actually click on voice chat too? Whatever. I'm just gonna go back on topic.
We're way off topic.
But basically, when me and Vaughn were just doing like pub comps, just with random people in a server, we got a lot of low levels that joined.
And that's like kind of when we were prepping, like, okay, what will we do early game?
Yeah, no, we were like, oh, we need to figure out these cubes and all, and then we'd get like level 0s to 7s.
There you go. So you
get like super low levels. Like even though they're low levels, they can survive for a bit of time since comp like you start with easier cubes at the start, so like people who can like be easy and medium can like handle those cubes. But later on, it gets into like you need to like know the ins and outs of chaos to like beat the final waves.
Comp is like it scales where it starts like maybe from it starts from like in between medium and hard or easy and medium.
It's between easy and medium.
Like chaos plus.
Oh yeah, past chaos easily because of the Super Sun Cube boss ban.
Oh yeah.
So definitely
final wave 60 is super deadly.
Well, it's always deadly.
Yeah.
You can't survive wave 60.
I know how to. Yeah. There used to be N cubes on the wave, but I believe they changed it to like an endless amount of Super Suns.
Yeah. Like we've discussed before, when certain somebody didn't record the audio.
Oh, shush! Quiet. We're again. Shush! Stop sharing all the secrets and all my mistakes. I'm so
funny, man.
I may or may not have accidentally missed the audio on our first recording. So this is attempt 2 of our interview. So
yeah, no. Yeah, like as we discussed before, I think it's not if you kill all the cubes first, the end cubes come out. Like if you kill all the cubes, the end cubes will be sent out. I think it's just infinite super suns.
Mm-hmm. We could probably get Weeby's confirmation on that.
Yeah,
hey, Mr. Weeby, watching this confirm.
Yeah, Weeby, confirm this
Weeby,
for us.
more like the Crimson Evil.
Exactly.
Mm.
So, I think we're pretty much done here. I can't think of much else to say. Do you guys have anything you'd like to add? Spy may have something.
One thing I'd like to say is good job on the two people that we fought, Sacrilege and Jedi George Canyon.
You guys are like super good. I hope you guys get super far.
They're nice. They're good. Yeah.
Surprising competitors.
You guys underestimate yourself. You said that you were gonna lose, but you beat us just by like skill and all that. Like the disconnection does have a small part in it, but it's more like you guys knew what to do.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't ask this question. What was it like? What was the cube or the drain? Like, what was it in the end? Was it just the endless sun cube bosses?
It was the drain that killed us.
So
I think we were like around 200 health lower than we were 200 health lower than them. I believe I didn't get fodder campfires up earlier enough to help with the drain, and so we just like did not have enough health to combat the suns.
Speaking of fodder campfires, get your like spare campfires that you haven't placed, like the limit. Let's say you have like 3 campfires down. Just get some in the corner, holy flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
those help you out immensely.
Yeah. Campfires, getting your health. Health is so important.
Oh yeah. With the nerf of how you can't have over the limit of health from medic cubes, having multiple multiple campfires to heal you up constantly is very crucial.
Definitely. All right. Was there any? Is that all? Are we good? I think we're good. I guess we can go on ahead. So, thank you both of you for taking another like hour to sit here and do this with me. In reality, this is about 30 minutes, but we've spent like 2 hours just doing things in preparation, along with another half hour to do our first attempt. So, thank you guys for taking your time to help me out and get this out to people, because this is really epic to talk to you guys, and I hope to be doing this again with more competitors soon, because this was
really fun to be with the tournament.
Yeah, it's been a massive success, and I'm glad to see the people are enjoying it. All right, well, any last words? Say goodbye, or just your thing.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a cool flower in this corner that you can see. Very cool. He's got those shades on.
An epic
cool
flower.
Man, I wonder who's in the corner. Mystery.
Shush. It's a secret cameo. You must know. If you want to know. Okay?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, well, sorry about that.
Phooey on you.
We're not telling you. All right. Well, guys, thank you everyone for participating in this nice, calm, and relaxing interview with Spy and Vondrake. Once again, thank you guys for jumping in. And with that,
no problem.